Hello? Yes, sir. How you doing? I'm super excited to be on the Chiefs.
Pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Skyy.
All right, if that wasn't a cool moment, I don't know what was. So the Chiefs have themselves a new receiver, safety, and linebacker here in rounds 2 and 3 of the 2022 NFL Draft. These picks are solid choices. So let's talk about them. But first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, and I do daily news about the Chiefs and the NFL overall, so make sure to sub if you're new around here. Hit that like button if you like the fact that Mahomes has a new weapon at his disposal, and let's get into these draft picks. All right, so the Chiefs had pick 50 and ended up trading back with the Patriots 4 spots to pick 54. From there, 3 of the next 4 picks were wide receivers, including a notable wideout for Chiefs fans in George Pickens. He was drafted to the Steelers, I think, in pick 52, but it turns out that in spite of trading back, the Chiefs had their eyes on one receiver and one receiver only, and that was Skyy Moore. That's right, the Chiefs assistant GM Mike Borgonzi spoke to local media about Skyy Moore and complimented his intelligence and toughness, saying he's a really smooth route runner and Moore will be an asset to this offense. Also, it appears that when they traded back from pick 50 to 54, they wanted Skyy Moore regardless. Borgonzi said, "We were looking at Skyy, we wanted Skyy." So there you have it. Even though George Pickens was on the board, the Chiefs still wanted Skyy Moore, and honestly, here's why I believe them. Because they had Pickens if they wanted him, but instead chose to trade back knowing they could lose him. It's interesting to note that the Chiefs hosted a ton of receivers on pre-draft visits, but Skyy Moore was not one of the reported visits.
It made sense. Like, I always knew the pick would make sense, but it was never any special treatment from the Chiefs. So, like, as far as like who they weren't pressing me the hardest as far as, you know, like the Zoom calls or the visits and everything. So I say, like, now it's just a blessing to just be a part of such a great organization.
Shortly after getting drafted, Skyy tweeted out to Mahomes saying, "What's good, my boy?" And Mahomes responded saying, "Let's get it, homie." From there, he was interviewed by some of the local media after this, and he was asked what he thought about the Chiefs and to describe his play style for those who don't know it. And he said,
"I'm a very versatile, tough, smart, and savvy wide receiver that you're getting. So I feel like a lot of the traits that the fan base has and, you know, the organization has is already instilled in me. The Chiefs is the best organization, the best offense for me to complement my play style. And the Kansas City Chiefs offense is a power offense, and I'm just super excited to come out and be a part of this championship team, man."
Another reporter asked his thoughts on what it's going to be like to catch passes from someone like Patrick Mahomes, and he was very excited about that one, saying,
"He's the best quarterback in football right now, and it's just like I said, it's a blessing to just be able to be on that team. Like, there's 32 teams in NFL, and I get paired with the best quarterback in football."
From there, he spoke on Tyreek Hill's absence and how he feels he can be a part of the offense.
Just Tyreek was just a super versatile, obviously super fast guy, you know, just was able to be the spark for that offense when they needed it. And I really honestly feel like I can come in and take that same role, but just do it in have my own twist on it, you know, and be able to be the best teammate I can be.
And you gotta love that confidence. Even though we know Tyreek is a once-in-a-lifetime player, I do believe him. And I think he will add his own flair to this offense while being able to fill a lot of the holes in a similar fashion that Tyreek left when he boarded the plane to Miami. And here's a bit more info about Skyy. He's only played wide receiver for 3 years. So that means he's great at what he does and only has room to grow and improve. He's a very good fit in Andy Reid's style of offense. He can move all over the offensive formation and is one of the best route runners in this entire draft class. He does very well running verticals from the slot, so you know he has that speed. He runs a 4.41 40, so yeah, not Tyreek speed, but he is still fast with very good bursts, some of the fastest 10-yard burst speed in this draft class, and he will also help with KC's slant game. He has a lot of experience with that, as well as their RPO game, which is nice. We do that all the time. Just please, Mahomes, run the ball a little bit more. You have the option to hand it off. Anyway, he's an extremely efficient catcher of the football and had just 3 drops on 125 targets during the 2021 season. He also accounted for 26 broken tackles after the catch last year, tied for the most among FBS wide receivers. Honestly, he's going to be a great help and should be a day 1 starter. Seriously, guys, he is a very good pick for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he should do well on this team. And this is interesting to note as well, even though he's a smaller receiver, just under 5'10 and 195 pounds, similar to Tyreek's build, really, he had the biggest hands of any receiver at the combine. And then pick 62 for the Kansas City Chiefs was Safey Bryan Cook. He was number 71 on PFF's big board and is one of the most assignment-sure safeties. He won't be missing many tackles, that is for sure. He whiffed only 7 times on 100 attempts in 2021. So yeah, a very solid tackler and a tough football player overall. He's played some corner in the past, so he is versatile in how you can use him in the secondary. He's got a great IQ. Seriously, he doesn't make a lot of mental mistakes, and pairing him with someone like Justin Reed is going to be amazing. They both love to absolutely crush people in the middle of the field. Cook is great against the run and will also assist on the outside edge run game, which is something that honestly Juan Thornhill has struggled with in the past. Cook is going to play closer to the line of scrimmage in Kansas City because he's one of the most sure tacklers in this draft class. According to PFF, Cook missed only 7 tackles on 100 attempts in 2021. And my favorite part about Bryan Cook is he's very well rounded. He's listed at 6'1 and 208 pounds and is very quick with a good eye for the ball. His role in KC could look closely to what Dan Sorensen's did at times, playing in the box in a sub-package linebacker role, plus a value as a special teamer. And finally, I will say this about Bryan Cook. He injured his shoulder at some point somewhat recently and did not do any testing or participate in Cincinnati's March 24th Pro Day because he's still rehabbing his shoulder. So a little bit of a risk here on that, but the Chiefs must feel his recovery is going great, or else I don't really feel like they would have taken a chance on him. And then with the 103rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chiefs selected Wisconsin linebacker Leo Chenal. This was the team's 3rd round pick that they received as compensation for Ryan Poles being hired as GM of the Chicago Bears. It's the first compensatory pick the Chiefs used in this draft, with 2 more coming on day 3. Anyway, he has a 92.2 career PFF grade, which is the highest among linebackers in the 2022 draft, and is the 12th oldest of 16 children. Yeah, I'm not joking. Very random fact, but it's actually insane. He has 15 brothers and sisters.
Holy smokes, parents.
This is one of the biggest, most physical, relentless linebackers in this draft class, going back to football. For his size, 6'2" tall and 260 pounds, this man is an athletic monster, both as a run blitzer and even as a pass blitzer as well. In 11 starts in 2021, Chenal posted 150 tackles, 18.5 tackles for loss, 8 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. This is a very valuable piece for Steve Spagnuolo, who has to be on cloud 29 with excitement right now. He is for sure one of the best pass rushing linebackers in the draft that the draft has seen over the last couple of years. A great blitzer, and this is extremely great value for a 3rd round pick. He's very athletic and will pair up very nicely with Nick Bolton and Willie Gay. He makes sense as a Sam linebacker, and you'll be able to have him right behind Willie Gay without a step back, at least much, in skill. It's crazy, man. The Chiefs are really focusing up on the defense, and rightfully so, but I'm not going to lie to y'all here. I'm a bit surprised we haven't yet seen more additions to the D line. I guess that'll be coming hopefully in rounds 4 through 7, or at least I hope as much. Patrick Allen from Arrowhead Addict echoes my thoughts and says this: though it improved as the season went on, the Chiefs are showing they clearly haven't forgotten their defense's abysmal performance early last season. KC getting younger, stronger, and faster on defense. And I 100% agree with that assessment. Younger, faster, and more aggressive. Stuff that we need to really take this defense up a few notches in the rankings, and hopefully some of this will help take some pressure off of Mahomes and company on the offensive side of the ball as well. So with all that being said, guys, what are your thoughts on the addition of wideout Skyy Moore, safety Bryan Cook, and linebacker Leo Chenal? Do you like these picks? Hate them? How would you grade the Chiefs draft selection so far? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to read through them. I personally do like them, and they all have great value for their draft position for sure. I am pretty happy with this. I just wish that we would be doing a little bit more to the D-line, but that's why I'm not a coach or anything like that for the Chiefs. I just make YouTube videos in my basement. So I trust them. I trust in Veach and company. Let's go. So make sure to sub for more daily news like this. And until next time, more than likely tomorrow, let's go. How about those